What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Viral Gossip. Jake Paul is no stranger to controversies, and his fight with Floyd Mayweather at an event is just another bit of news making rounds of the internet. The fight between them got an insane number of celebrities jumping on Twitter, Instagram, and podcasts to defend, comment, and share their 2 cents. And you won't believe what some of them have to say. You'd think Jake Paul would stop after being charged with criminal trespassing in Arizona, or calling COVID-19 a hoax, or having an illegitimate wedding, but it seems the 24-year-old influencer is only just getting started. Everybody knows that recently Jake Paul made a name for himself in the world of boxing, defeating Nate Robinson, a former NBA player and fellow YouTuber, and Hassan Gibb. But on May the 7th, Jake Paul had his first face-off with Floyd Mayweather, a professional boxer with 50 wins under his belt and 27 knockouts. But this fight wasn't exactly in the ring. A month before his return to the ring at age 44 for an exhibition match, Mayweather wound up in a fight during a conference to promote the fight between him and Logan Paul. The fight is scheduled for June the 6th, but he did manage to get a few practice swings in when Jake Paul snuck up behind him and swiped his cap. Floyd pursued him along with his bodyguards, and he even managed to briefly choke the 24-year-old as multiple bodyguards joined in the scuffle. Jake Paul even showed some blood as he ran from the altercation, still holding the cap, and like anybody would, I took to the internet for reactions from the biggest names in the industry. And there are some pretty big names here too. Conor McGregor, for example, didn't seem impressed by the fight at all. The Irish boxer and martial artist shared his thoughts online, saying, "Hey, at Leonardabelle, what the is Floyd at? The kid curled up, didn't fight back once, and Floyd is still running around acting the tough guy. The kid actually just pulled the shambles of a situation Floyd is in out of the drain for him. He should thank him. It's embarrassing. Pro to pro, it's embarrassing. He will not scratch 10M for this fight, and he knows it. It was canceled once already. The world is watching this on Twitter. He'd fight a half-decent pro and command 20M upwards. Yet it's this shit. Whatever way you spin this, it's sad. Fight someone for real, on your record, or F off, mate, slaphead." It doesn't help that a Jake Paul fan made an edit of Conor McGregor's body with Jake Paul's head and mentioned that Paul's actions irritated the boxing legend more than McGregor when the two fought in 2017. And of course, Jake Paul seemed to like this analysis and reposted the fan edit on Twitter. We can only imagine how much that annoyed Mayweather. Is Jake Paul going to pay for this event? Well, keep watching to find out. But some celebs don't feel the way McGregor does. Fellow pro boxer Hasim Rahman Jr. seemed to be supporting Jake Paul, tweeting, "Bro, I F with that Jake Paul even more now. That was gold." Well, doesn't look like Clarissa Shields, the new boxing champ and MMA star for the Pro Fighters League, feels the same way. She replied to the tweet from Hasim expressing her displeasure, saying, "Man, he done pissed me off. Got Floyd mad like that." But probably the biggest name to chime in on this discussion was Mike Tyson. Iron Mike definitely doesn't like YouTube's influence on the sport, but he realizes its power to bring the sport back into the mainstream. But he also knows there is no way Logan or Jake Paul can beat Mayweather. He even let this be known on a podcast where he had some shrooms and made his prediction. Quote, "Floyd's gonna beat his effing ass, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. He's gonna fight back though." And he's right. All the world wants to talk about right now is Mayweather's issues with giant YouTubers. And while some may like it and others find it unnecessary, one thing is for sure, everyone is talking about it. And why not? Because it seems there is new information coming to light every few hours. Keep watching to find out. A while after the confrontation, Jake Paul tweeted, "Gotcha hat," and even changed his Twitter name to that phrase. Soon enough, there was even merch on his store for "Gotcha hat." As if that wasn't enough, he even got it as a tattoo. Although the jury's still out on that one, a random Twitter user suggested that Jake Paul not only got punched by Mayweather, he didn't make it off with a hat either. The Paul brothers may have millions of fans online, but Mayweather definitely isn't among the Jake Paul or Logan Paul army. In fact, Mayweather had apparently called both brothers fake fighters and offered to take on both on the same night. Jake Paul confronted him. Well, how would that have gone down? Many people are saying that this incident took the spotlight away from Logan, because now fans just want a face-off between Mayweather and Jake Paul instead. One of them is Kavos, a popular YouTube commentator. He wasn't happy about the incident either, saying, "Jake Paul stole Logan Paul's thunder tonight. If I was Logan, I would be pissed. Makes everything about him. They all had to have seen that coming. So maybe the plan was to take both the brothers the same night after all, and this was all a publicity stunt." But it did end with Jake Paul suffering from a black eye, as reported by none other than Keemstar himself. In a tweet, he said, "Jake Paul appears to have an eye injury and possibly lost tooth. Not sure if it's from the scuffle with Mayweather or not. #drama alert." According to Keemstar, it wasn't any of the bodyguards, but Floyd himself who gave Jake Paul the black eye and broken tooth. And he probably isn't done either. Apparently, he has sent goons after Jake Paul to try and hurt him. Jake's words, not ours. Shortly after the altercation, he sent a tweet, "Word on the street already is that Floyd is sending goons after me to try and kill me or hurt me. If I die, I died for the hat." Famous last words? Well, if the whole thing was, in fact, staged, then we have nothing to worry about. But if Jake Paul really did piss off the boxing legend, then we might have a thing or two to be concerned about. Which do you think it is? And who would win in a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Viral Gossip channel. Until next time, see ya!